Hello my beautiful Geminis, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a timeless reading, so whenever you find this message there could be something in here for you. It is still a general message, so please keep in mind it may or may not resonate with all of you. Take what you like and leave the rest for someone else, okay? Also, please go check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. I do have all of the zodiac signs out for February. Those are available in my playlist, okay? So let's go ahead and dive right in. I kind of want to see what energy is playing out for you, okay? Again, keep in mind whenever you do find this reading, there could be, there's definitely going to be something in here for you. If you're drawn to this reading from the title, from the thumbnail, from, intuition, whatever it is that led you here, there's a reason for it. So let's dive right in, okay? First card out is going to be the main energy on the table, which is this is the Nine of Pentacles, okay? And I'm using the Thoth Tarot deck today, so just so if you're interested in knowing, okay? The Nine of Pentacles, which this card talks about gain, it talks about financial abundance, okay? It talks about sometimes singlehood, but I'm getting very, very clearly that this deck is this card in this deck is particularly talking about financial gain, okay? So that's what I'm getting with the main card on the table, okay? The Nine of Pentacles is really overall financial abundance, financial independence, being able to manage your money, and also just, overall happiness. Abundance can come in many forms, right? But I am feeling in this reading today, we're talking about financial gain, okay, in some way, shape, or form. I do feel that there is this energy of financial stability. Okay. One more card, please. Thank you. All right, so we have all the cards on the table here. I'm going to start out just looking at your current energy, and then we'll move back into your recent past, okay, and talk a little bit about the future. So as I said here with the Nine of Pentacles, financial gain, financial abundance. This could also, as I said, in other decks, it talks about singlehood. There could be some of you here who are single and financially independent, but you can still be, in a relationship or tied with someone else and still be very financially independent, okay? Because I have the Emperor above this in your current situation. Gemini, I feel that you are strongly, very, very in control of your situation when it comes to your finances, okay? You could be very, as I said, independent. But this not only talks about that piece of it, but it also talks about you possibly opening up your own business or being your own boss, maybe even being a CEO of a corporation. This is energy of very high court level energy. Emperor is the highest of the high, okay? Masculine energy with, Mars, very fiery energy here, okay? I'm also feeling here with this card that there is some sort of position that you hold. Now, yes, it could be in career, it could be in your work, but I also feel here that there is this masculine energy, whether you are a girl or a guy, doesn't matter, okay? It's all in the sign. It's all in the energy, okay? I feel that there is this very, very strong masculine energy that's coming from this card. So you could be very, very dominant, okay, in your nature, just, naturally. And this lends to, you know, a very strong position when it comes to your career, or when it comes to the things that you do in life, okay? Taking lead on things, being a leader, being strong about your decisions, and assertive with how you approach situations, okay? Very, very masculine energy, okay? And here below we have the Four of Pentacles. I'm so sorry about my dogs. They howl. I cannot stop that. I might have to pause the video if it gets out of hand, but they're so cute. We have power here. So as we were talking about the Emperor, sorry, I'm going to have to pause the video and let them do their thing, and I'll be right back, okay? Okay, I'm back. Sorry. I let them do their thing, you know, that's what they love to do, their dogs. So they howl and okay. So back to the reading. Four of Pentacles. In this particular card, it talks about power. And again, as I was relating it back to the Emperor, this is a very powerful energy, but all together with the Emperor, with the Nine of Pentacles, and now the Four of Pentacles, this is strongly talking about your money, your stability, how you maintain your money, and how you move in the world when it comes to your financial assets, to how you lead, how you take lead in your own life, right? And how you move in life. Very powerful energy here. And what this is saying to me is that you have a very, very stable life in general, and you really don't allow people to step on your toes. Okay, that's very evident here. So I feel like you're very strong in your money. Okay, now I do want to look back a little bit at some of the things that I see here in your past, which first of all, right off the bat, is disappointment. Okay, a lot of maybe emotional upset. We do have the Seven of Cups here, confusion. Okay, so maybe in your recent past there's been a little bit of upheaval, disappointment with the Five of Cups, you know, maybe focusing on the things that you don't have and wanting to really move towards the things that you do, you know, see and that you do want, but maybe not being able to do it so much for whatever reason. This card does talk about focusing most on the disappointment or regret of something, and, you know, having a difficult time moving forward. So I do see that there was a little bit of upset, disappointment, upheaval, and confusion with the Seven of Cups here. Maybe not sure where to go, which way to go, what cup to choose from, right? Maybe there could have been opportunities that came your way. Maybe you were unsure which ones to take, which one to take, and maybe your, you know, confusion during this time was overwhelming and very emotional. But we do have the Queen of Cups here, which talks about that emotion. Okay, so I do feel maybe this could also have to do with love. Maybe there's some disappointment in your love life, or some disappointment when it comes to your emotions, or maybe you're working through some emotional upheaval with individuals in your life. It could be family, friends, it could be a lover, spouse. Nonetheless, you know, I just kind of want to touch base on that a little bit to, you know, give it the attention that it deserves, because without seeing the past, you know, it's hard to see the progression into the future and how you've been able to come through it very, very successfully. So the Emperor in your current situation talks about that, right? You moving into this position of power, of assertiveness, taking the lead, doing the things that you need to do for yourself and maybe for others, and you know, taking that accountability to come out of that Five of Cups and move yourself forward. So it takes a lot of strength to do that. Okay, so kudos to you, Gemini. I feel that you've really pushed yourself into a position of, you know, setting yourself up for success is what I want to say. Putting yourself in a position that gives you the allowance of good things to come through for you, good opportunities, abundant opportunities. Okay, this is the Three of Wands, talking about your ships coming in. I feel there's a lot of success in your future, and this is your future here. We do have the Seven of Swords here, which can sometimes talk a little bit about, it can sometimes talk about self-sabotage, but it can also talk about, you know, other people, you know, trying to get one over on you. We have the Lovers card here, so it could go both ways. It could be talking here about you and someone else. Maybe there's, you know, a situation where there's someone who gives more than they take, or takes more than they give. There could be some situation here where there's difficult communication, and someone may not be able to open up freely with communication, maybe feeling a little bit uneasy to communicate. But with the Lovers card, this is also a decision. So there, overall, what I'm feeling here is that in your immediate future, what I see is, you know, that there is this a little bit of a blockage, whether it's your own sabotage, your own self-sabotage, or if it's someone who's trying to communicate with you, or you them, and there's, you know, difficult communication there. I do feel it's with someone else. It could be a lover. Okay, and there could be a decision that needs to be made here in order for you to move into your Four of Wands, which is your stability. Okay, so I don't see it being a big problem here, but I do see that it needs to be addressed. But before we move into anything further, I want to clarify these cards to see what else comes out, if there's anything else that needs to be revealed here. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Five of Cups in your past, and look at that and see what was the regret, or what was the disappointment that, you know, you had to deal with. Let's look at that. So we have the Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay, I feel like maybe there was some lies that were told, or there was truth that was not being revealed. Okay, somebody maybe was telling a lie. This could be someone in your family, it could be a lover, it could be a friend. I highly, strongly feel that this was someone you're very close to. I'm just going to leave it there, okay, because the Lovers card is, you know, on the opposite corner, which is very indicative for me as a reader as an important combination. But the Lovers doesn't always have to mean lovers, but because of the depiction on the card, I mean, there's, you know, two people here. Again, I'm going to leave it as the fact that, you know, there isn't, this doesn't always mean lovers, okay? And I mean, literally, doesn't always mean that there's a lover's quarrel, okay? It could mean two people, you know, who are very close to one another, friends or family. Put it how it resonates for you. Someone here was not being honest. Someone here was, you know, hiding the truth, okay? And I feel like maybe if it didn't completely come out, it did cause a lot of confusion. Let's look at the confusion with the Seven of Cups here. Okay, so yeah, there was, you know, maybe something that you needed to be strong about. Maybe there was someone here who was confused about a sexual connection with you or someone else. I feel, because this card here, and I'm just going to warn you, because this deck is a little bit different. It's a different system than most decks, okay? Very different than the Rider-Waite-Smith as well. But this card is called Lust, okay? And I don't want to go into the details of the difference in systems, because I can talk all day about that. But this is usually the Strength card. But the author of this deck named it Lust, okay? Now, I'm going to go off of the system here that I'm working off of. So I'm going to say that the confusion for someone here was over sexual lust or desire for someone else, okay? There was lies that were told. Somebody could have walked out or went out of the, outside of the relationship. This could be cheating. It doesn't have to be, but it could be. Now, lust doesn't always have to lead to cheating. It could be that maybe someone even, had an inclination of cheating, maybe didn't cheat all the way. I don't know, but there's lust here. Okay, so someone was lying here. Someone was disappointed about lies that were told regarding maybe a sexual encounter with someone else. Okay, that's what I see. Don't shoot the messenger. I have a Queen of Cups here, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and we have adjustment. This is Libra energy. Okay, you could be dealing with a Libra, or you could have Libra in your chart. Okay, so I feel like there is this connection with a balanced way of thinking for either one of those signs I mentioned, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or Libra. Okay, this talks about balanced emotions. So I feel here that what this is saying here is that someone here was balanced in their emotions, okay? And someone here was very lustful in their emotions. And what happened here is that disappointment happened with that completely different, how do I explain it? Think of the scales, right? Think of the scales. There's disappointment on this side due to, emotional upheaval. And then there's disappointment on this side due to lustful encounters. Okay. And I think overall, it was just disappointment. And there were lies that were told. Okay. You'll have to put the roles where they belong for you, because I don't know who was the one lying here. I mean, we can look and see what this Ace of Swords in reverse is. Let me pull a card for that and see what comes out here. Ace of Swords in reverse for Gemini. Please clarify. See what else might come out. Maybe, we can find a little bit more out here. What is this Ace of Swords in reverse for Gemini? Pleasure. Okay, pleasure. Six of Cups. So, disappointment from the past. Okay. Again, we're talking about the past here. So that's just kind of a reiteration that we're talking about the past, the recent past, disappointment that had to do with pleasure and lust here. Okay. And an emotional upheaval overall was something that happened here. Okay. Regret. Someone definitely has regrets here about, putting themselves at the forefront, putting someone else on the back burner for a temporary feel or a temporary pleasurable moment, lustful moment. So I do feel that there is some a regret here from one of the sides here. There's with these two lovers. Someone here stepped out of the relationship or was very was seeking pleasure and in a lustful way. Okay. So if this was a commitment between you and someone else, that's what I see. Okay. Again, don't shoot the messenger. I'm only reading the tarot cards as I see them. So let's move on to this current situation. You could be dealing with an Aries. I did see this as your energy in the beginning of the reading, but this could definitely be an Emperor here that we're talking about. Maybe someone here who disappointed you, but let's find out. Let's see why it's here. Change with the Two of Discs, and we have the Princess of Swords. Okay, so what I'm getting with these two cards here alongside the Emperor, there was definitely some juggling happening here. Okay, maybe two people. But I also feel with these cards that that a change did come through due to somebody communicating with you, or you them. Okay, there was communication that happened here. Again, I'm going to go back to this Nine of Pentacles, which does sometimes talk about singlehood. I didn't feel the singlehood with this card in the beginning, but I do kind of feel that maybe somebody was left single here, or someone was left by themselves. I feel like maybe this Emperor, you know, I feel like this Emperor, in the current moment, reflects back on their behavior. Okay, and yes, I still want to remain consistent with what I said about you having, you know, taking the lead in your own life, because it does still talk about that. But I'm also seeing, you know, seeing here that there is an Emperor that has maybe wanted to bring in the change. Okay, maybe some, you know, the regret from what happened in the past, wanting to come in and talk about things. Okay, here in the current moment, this person could be definitely watching your every move. I'm also seeing that as well. I feel like this person definitely sees you as also a leader in your own right, and definitely has a lot of respect for your power in this relationship, in this power dynamic, I want to call it. I'm not sure why I want to call it a power dynamic, but it could be because I have the Queen of Cups here, and then the Emperor, which is sometimes can be considered a power dynamic. Okay, one with very, very masculine qualities, and then we have someone down here with very, very feminine qualities. Okay, so take that how it resonates for you. I do want to look at the Nine of Pentacles here in the middle of your reading. Let's get some clarification cards for this Nine of Pentacles for Gemini. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. The Empress, Libra energy. So we have Libra energy out here twice with the Empress, and then we have the adjustment card here with Justice, which is Libra. You could have Libra very, very prominent in your chart. Okay, nonetheless, what I'm feeling here with the Empress, clarifying the Nine of Pentacles, this is powerful. This is very, very powerful energy. What this is talking to me about here is how very, very powerful you are in your own feminine energy. So between this masculine Emperor energy that I felt in the beginning that was yours, that came across as you being in leadership, in a dominant role as a masculine energy, this is the embodiment of divine female energy, feminine energy. Okay, feminine, divine feminine is what I want to say. Okay, I feel here, Gemini, that you have learned to embody both masculine and feminine energies very, very artistically. Is that the right word? Strategically. I feel like you have mastered the power dynamic in yourself, within yourself, and created a stable home for yourself within yourself. It's hard to explain what I'm trying to say, but because we have, again, Libra out here twice, this is the Empress is Libra and Taurus energy, very grounded, nurturing, very creative energy here. Okay, this is very, very feminine energy with these two cards, and the power dynamic here is really all within you. I feel like you have mastered, I don't want to repeat myself, but I feel like you have mastered your masculine and feminine energies, which is beautiful. I mean, that is a very powerful thing, and I think that's why power is here. Let's look at power, which is the 4 of discs, and then we have the 10 of swords. Okay, so yeah, whatever was burdening you, whatever you were experiencing that created a lot of mind fuckery for you, or you know, distress or anxiety, even sleepless nights, and feeling like you can't you know, you can't maneuver, you can't get out of a situation, or you can't you feel caged. You're not allowing that anymore. You're taking back your power, is what I'm hearing. The 10 of discs is talking about, I'm sorry, the 10 of swords is talking about that coming to an end, and you taking your power back with the 4 of pentacles here. And in this deck is called power. Okay, taking your power back, Gemini, from whatever happened here in the past. I feel like you're you know, you're not really concerned with that any longer, even though it was disappointing in the moment. Now keep in mind, roles can be reversed here, so I want to remind you all that although I do see this could be one person outside of you, an external person outside of you, this could also be you disappointed in yourself if you went outside of the relationship for pleasurable or sexual encounters with other people. And it could have been with a Cancer, Pisces, or a Scorpio individual, or a Libra. Okay, so put the roles how they fit for you in your situation. If it's somebody else outside of you that you know has disappointed you and created, you know, maybe told some lies, or if it's you. Okay, please put it how it resonates, but I'm just reading the cards and seeing them as I see them. Okay, now, as I said, in your current energy, I feel like this has led you to the ability to balance out your masculine and feminine energies in a way that allows you to take your power back. And, you know, whether it's due to the fact that you have learned some lessons within yourself or learned lessons from other people in this scenario. Okay, I want to see the 3 of wands here. We have death. Let me get one more. And the Queen of Swords. Okay, so you could be dealing with this Scorpio, another Gemini, or Libra, or Aquarius energy. Now, I find it very interesting that death is here, and as you can see in this card, I don't know if you can see this card, but this queen has literally chopped off someone's head. I know that's very, very it's a very disturbing image. This deck is very brutal, so I needed to mention that because, you know, I feel like you completely put an end to something. It doesn't have to be a person, it doesn't have to mean a literal chop of a head. Okay, that is very symbolic of you cutting out the things that no longer serve you. Okay, and this image of death here also has, I think they're called scythes, you know, the things that you go to chop, you know, the farmers use to chop down very, very high harvests. You can, I think it's either a scythe or a scythe, one of those two. He has also that, and he's, you know, kind of working his way through, also doing his thing as death, right, to end life, right? But symbolically, what this is saying is that you're headed towards the things that you want to see come to fruition, and you're ending the things that no longer serve you. Sorry if I, took so long to explain that, but to me, I cannot help but see the beauty in the cards and explain what I see in the cards so that you all understand where I'm coming from, okay? So basically what I'm trying to say is that you have cut the things out of your life that no longer serve you in order for you to move in the direction that does serve you, the opportunities that are ahead of you, and take advantage of the things that are, going to bring you in success. Okay. And with change here, I do feel that there is change coming for you, Gemini. Positive change, leaving the past in the past, right? No longer concerned with that. Let's see what the Seven of Swords is talking about here. We have the Nine of Swords. Wow. Okay, that's a little bit difficult energy there with the Nine of Swords, talking about losing sleep, maybe being worried about something, having anxiety, and combined with the Seven of Swords, this is, and there it is, strength. Okay. Now this is the Nine of Wands. So you have the Nine of Swords and the Nine of Wands, clarifying the Seven of Swords. This is very difficult energy, but what this is saying is that you definitely are going to need a little bit of strength to endure something that could be headed your way. Okay. This could be maybe even getting past some of the self-sabotage that maybe you find yourself in. This has a lot to do with your thoughts, how you think, right? Always keep in mind that your thoughts manifest into reality. So if you're thinking negative thoughts, if you're self-sabotaging, if you're not thinking positive and in a way that is going to lead you down positive paths, and because everything that you think will turn into reality. Our words we speak turns into reality. So you have to be very careful. Also, I feel very, very strong here that you're having deep dreams. It could even be lots of downloads that you're getting in your dreams as well. I have to point out that this card here is labeled cruelty. Okay. Once again, this deck is not, a unicorn deck. Okay. This deck is not puppy love deck. Okay. It is a very brutal deck. I have to, be honest with you about that, because that's how I read the deck. I read the deck as it is intended to be read. Okay. So I'm feeling here that there could be thoughts of, violence here. If you're thinking about, negative things like violence and, hurting someone, be careful with that energy. Okay. If you're thinking about cruel, intentions, be careful with that energy, because what this is saying is you're sabotaging yourself by thinking negative like that. Okay. When you find yourself having negative thoughts in such a way, bring yourself back. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. We all have our shadow side. We all have the ability to get angry, to want to retaliate, to want to say things that aren't nice. Everyone has the ability to do that, and sometimes we do, right? But this is saying that, it can easily come back and bite you in the ass, okay? So try not to self-sabotage by thinking negative, or thinking about hurting someone, or thinking about hurting yourself, right? Be careful with this energy. It's going to take some strength, right? It's going to make you feel overwhelmed in the moment, but you have to stop and think, right? And that's where the strength comes in, to stop and really be in the moment, to really discern what you're thinking and how you're feeling at the time. Okay, it's mainly thoughts here. Okay, the Nine of Wands does talk about, because as you can see, there's this is Sagittarius energy, this is Mars energy with the Nine of Swords, and so really what I'm trying to get at here is that you're going to need some strength to face your shadow. Okay, do the shadow work is what I'm saying. It's important that we all do the shadow work, because if you can't look at your shadow and accept it and work with it, I think I've talked about the shadow quite a bit in some other readings, Pisces especially. I think that, you know, it's important we look at our shadow and we embrace it and figure out ways to work with it rather than deny it or to fear it. Okay, so I'm not trying to bring in fear regarding your shadow. I think it's important that, you know, you look at that. Now, because we are looking at the Queen of Swords with death here, it could be you, you know, cutting out some of the things that no longer serve you and creating a lot of internal conflict about it, right? It's not easy to cut things out of our life. It's not easy to make changes, right? It's not. But change is always good, okay? Change can sometimes better us and make us better people, okay? Let's look at the Lovers here to complete the reading. What is this decision or this connection for Gemini? Got the Hierophant. One more, please. One more for the Lovers. Okay, we have the Eight of Wands. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is that there is little to no communication with this person. It could be a Taurus. I have the Hierophant here. So there is little to no communication happening here, and there needs to be a decision made about this person in your life. Okay, now this can also be talking about you you know, having this strong urge to move into a direction that is going to lead you into a spiritual journey. I know that's very different, two very different messages, so I want you to take the message that resonates with you the most. If you're dealing with a very specific individual who is a lover, that first one is going to be very important for you to really listen to, okay? Communication is very little, or there is no communication with this person at all. Spirit is asking you to work on that, okay? So that's the first one. Or you are pursuing some sort of maybe religious journey, okay, religious, spiritual, whatever, with the Hierophant. The Hierophant can sometimes talk about church. It can talk about spirituality. It can talk about higher institutions, learning new things, bringing yourself into balance with some sort of belief system. Okay, so put it how it resonates for you. That is a message that will be very different for everyone. I mean, it's, you know, I'm reading for thousands of people. It's a general reading, so please make sure you put that how it resonates. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pull one oracle message before I close the reading. I know this was a very deep reading, Gemini, so I hope it resonated. I hope there was something here you took from this reading or was able to gain from this reading, but I do see here you're still, you know, needing to work on some things, but you are going to definitely continue to cut things out that no longer serve you and lead you towards your stability. Okay, whether that's religious or spiritual belief systems that help you get through some of the difficult times, maybe help you get through some of this shadow work, right? Spiritual connections with the divine, with source can help. Even spiritual connections with animals. If you have animals, that can really help as well. And I'm only speaking from experience. So whatever it is that helps you hone in on your shadow and work through your difficulties, your monkey mind, okay? Because you are a Gemini and you do tend to think very often, and you know, sometimes we have to get out of our heads. So spirituality can help do that. Meditation, yoga, right? Breath work, all those things can help you. So Spirit is asking me to relay that message to you and let you know that it's important that you find something to help with your shadow work. Okay, let's get a message from this deck here. Beautiful. Gemini. Look at that. The Magician's Sword. Confidence in your magic. There you are. We're ending on the Magician's Sword, Gemini. This is your energy, Gemini, and this is powerful energy. This is truth. In the sword, I see the truth. I see, you know, you had the truth here reversed in your past. The truth here is in the upright, and the Magician's Sword is talking about having the confidence in a new direction, going into a new direction, right? It talks about just knowing, right? Knowing that nobody can step in your way and lead you astray because you have the sword. You have the sword because you are the Queen of Swords, right? Don't be going around cutting people's heads off, Gemini. Okay? That's just a depiction and a metaphor, right? Don't be going around wanting to, you know, cut people, Gemini, just because you are angry with them, right? Use your discernment. Use the truth. Use the sword for truth. And the truth is that you have confidence in your magic. Your magic is you doing the work. Doing the work, right? Alchemy. The Magician's alchemy is bringing all of your energies together, right? With adjustment here, with Libra energy, with justice, and the Empress, nurturing, creating, balancing out your energies, your swords, your wands, your pentacles, and your cups, and making sure that you have everything that you need to be successful in your journey, to find your spiritual center, and to make discerning moves, right? With the people who you allow in your life, the people who want to come into your life and create connections with you, and situations that you find yourself in, so that you can, you know, use your best judgment in being successful at pursuing whatever it is that you want to pursue. All right, Gemini, this is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button down below. That helps my channel and it helps other Geminis to find the reading, okay? Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate that very much. If you want to join the community here with me, I am happy to have you. I love reading for you guys. So thanks for spending time with me today. And until next time, guys, namaste.